This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and we've got some really exciting things coming up in 2020. I've been working on some original documentaries filmed in and around Birmingham, and also more coming up, and some collaborations with the likes of Berms's Grime, the E&R twins. I've also got the podcast dropping this year as well. I really appreciate everybody's support as we're touching 100,000. This one is another jewellery shop raid. Yesterday I covered the father and son armed robbery gang that was jailed for 30 years from Birmingham. This guy is from North London. This happened in Haringey, and the CCTV is very dramatic. It shows the whole thing taking place, where the store owner, Valentina Ivanova, put in a headlock and kicked by Andrew Elliott, who is 32 years old, and the two other burglars that burst into the Ital Gold shop in Green Lane, Haringey, North London, on the 15th of April last year. One robber wrestled her, while the others managed to grab diamond jewels and watches. The trio disguised themselves in sunglasses and ransacked the shop as they rushed out the store, when Miss Valentina managed to set off the panic alarm, leaving necklaces and rings scattered across the floor. A member of the public, as you can see in the CCTV, accidentally lets the man out of the shop because the last guy is stuck in the shop and quite comically running around trying to find an escape route, but then somebody accidentally come from the outside of the shop and let him out. Elliot, the one that was charged in this case, was at large for a further 6 months before he was arrested on the 26th of November. Police examined CCTV footage and found a neck tattoo reading "I still stand strong," and he was quickly matched with his previous custody shots. The robber remained expressionless as the judge, Mark Dennis, jailed him for 7 years and 4 months and told his family and friends, "I love you." Passing sentence, the judge said this was an organised and planned attack. They walked into the shop and pretended to want to sell an item of jewellery. That distracted the attendant, and the second unidentified robber took the jewellery. Elliot was identified. They said that he attempted to conceal his tattoo during the interview. He replied no comment throughout every interview that he was in. The prosecution said that the robbery took £20,800 and a further £4,000 in damages. The woman in the shop, Miss Ivanova, said that the attack left her traumatised and suspicious of everybody. She said that she no longer works at the store as a result of the incident and moved the shop to a different location, and she's more nervous and very suspicious of the people that are in her shop. Andrew Elliott from Luton admitted robbery and was jailed, and he will have an extra 3 years on licence when he comes out as well. So he's going to be spending a considerable amount of time on licence and being heavily supervised until he's over 40 years old. So it just goes to show these series of mistakes that you can make, and especially nowadays with the popularity of tattoos, face tattoos, neck tattoos, that it makes people very distinctive. And sometimes that is the whole point, is that people want to stand out now. Everybody looks the same. Everybody wants to try and be distinctive. And it just goes to show the desperate measures that people will go to in order to try and get that money that they need to survive. In this other story, Shakim Purnell was jailed at the Old Bailey today, and he robbed somebody for a bike. That's how this guy ended up dying. The killer stabbed the victim with a long kitchen knife while trying to steal his bike that was also caught on CCTV. Leo Marcus, rest in peace, was stabbed in the heart during the frenzied attack that started as a robbery that went wrong. And I've covered this so many times, like in that story the other day with the honey trap and the guy that had tried to rob a car, that was just trying to rob a car just to go around and maybe commit more crime or just have some fun. Shakim's family blew a kiss from the jury dock as he was sentenced today. On the 10th of July last year, Purnell Taylor approached Mr Marcus in an alleyway in Woolwich, South East London. He was attempting to rob him. The 22-year-old refused to hand over his rucksack and mountain bike and managed to wrestle the would-be thief to the ground. Purnell Taylor reached for a kitchen knife in his clothing and repeatedly stabbed the victim in the arm, buttocks, shoulder and thighs, leaving him crying out for his mother. Mr Marcus was left with deep wounds, including a 12cm chest wound that pierced his heart. He was pronounced dead the same day, it said. Purnell Taylor claimed he acted in self-defence and denied murder. The defendant struck out with a knife, said the prosecution. Not only was he acting unlawfully, but he was using a level of force wholly disproportionate and excessive. And after the stabbing, he didn't go and hand himself in and explain that there'd been an altercation. He then went on to try and avoid capture, and he also got rid of his phone the same night. When he was arrested, he said on police body cam, "What, someone's dead?" So he acted surprised in that sense. That's what it says in the court papers. He had a cut on his right thumb as well, and he said that he did that during cooking, and the prosecution said that that was clearly a lie. The motive was simply money, and the background was drugs, they said. I don't know if there was any sort of they knew each other in any way, shape or form, but it doesn't seem that way. It just seems like this guy had just seen somebody and he thought there was an easy target. As it happens so often, people resist and then end up losing their life over something as small as a bicycle. And it's exactly the same as this robbery in Haringey, is that it's quite a small amount, £20,000 split between several people, and then when you have to sell the goods for less than you got them or less than they're worth, it really doesn't add up to being worth actually doing the job in the long run. So these attacks, South London and North London, two totally different stories, but the connection is still there. It's what people are doing for the desperation of money in this day and age, and the fact that it's costing innocent people their lives. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this. I send my condolences to the family of Leo Marcus as well, and it's a shame that we never got to see what he could have done with his life. So I really appreciate you joining me today. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel.